The season's back. Finally some football to talk about. Welcome back to Black and White Banter, everyone. I say welcome back. I haven't really posted anything for a good few months now, probably since the Euros, since England unfortunately got beaten in those. I've been working out in the States. I'm currently based in Ocean City, not that anybody cares. But the season's up and running now, and I'm going to be jumping straight back on all the social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and get back to doing what I do best. Well, what I think I do best. Probably a different opinion from you guys watching. But it's first game of the season, West Ham on Sunday. I'm unfortunately not going to be there because I am in the States for another couple of weeks yet. So I'll be giving up my season ticket. If anybody wants my season ticket, it is still going spare in the Strawberry Corner. Very nice seat. Let me know. I am selling it for very cheap. I'm looking forward to the game. First things first, transfer-wise, let's just get that out the window. Joe Willock has just signed today as I make this video, and can I just say what fantastic news that is. If there's one Newcastle fan who's out there who is not over the moon that we have got Joe Willock over the line, I will take this hat off myself, cover it in tomato sauce and eat it with a knife and fork. He was the reason we stayed up, a massive reason that we stayed up at the back end of last season. His goals, his influence on the team, his attacking threat in central midfield, where, let's face it, Newcastle fans, we have nobody. Longstaff doesn't bring what he brings. Shelvey likes to sit deep. Hayden's defensive. We needed that central midfield linchpin to link up with the strikers and the wingers. So that's a fantastic bit of business. We were all nervous as hell while that deal wasn't going to go through. I'm sure Ashley probably's offered, $5,000 a week to start in the negotiations and went up because we all know what an arsehole he is when it comes to business. But it's done now. He's a Newcastle player. It looks like he's looking forward to playing first team football and being part of the club. Why Arsenal have got rid of him? I watched them tonight against Brentford. I don't know whether anyone from Arsenal was watching Willock in a Newcastle top last year, but he's certainly what they needed. But a bigger for you, Mikel Arteta. I don't think he'll be in that job very long anyway. So he's a Newcastle player, over the moon with that. He's not going to be in the squad in time for Sunday's game against West Ham, which is a crying shame. He would have been well up for that first game as a permanent player for us. He would have been buzzing for it. So that's a disappointment. But hey-ho, we've got him for the rest of the season. That's all that matters. Transfers as well. I was going to do a separate video on them, but let's just keep it all in this. Let's face it, the squad's not good enough. On paper, I think going into the season, when everybody is fit, our squad is better than a lot in that league. Goalkeeper, very solid. Centre-back options, not too bad, not too shabby at all. You've got Maximin, Fraser, Almiron, then you've got Willock, Hayden, Shelvey, the longs. We've got options. Joe Linton looked okay towards the back end of last season in that sort of number 10, just behind the striker role. Wilson, we know, is fantastic. Maximin's fantastic. But what I'm worried about is if we get any injuries, and let's face it, there's a very high chance Wilson will get an injury, because that's what he does. Maximin will get an injury if we don't sell him. Fucking Ashley, do not sell fucking Alan. We screwed. Let's face it, we are screwed. Fraser, yes, he's going to feel like a new signing because he barely played, and he's looked okay. From what I'm hearing and reading online, he's looked okay in pre-season. I haven't watched any games, but with injuries, we are screwed. Who's going to come in for Wilson? Gale? Well, we all know Gale doesn't know where the goal is when it matters. Yes, he scored a couple in pre-season, but for the last year, he has been missing chance after chance after chance. I still don't rate Almiron as a player. Quality-wise, I think he runs a lot, and that's why a lot of Newcastle fans love him. I like to see good work rate, but I could work a lot. I don't think he has quality in the final third. So I'm worried. And the only thing we can hope on coming in now, with 25 million spent on Willock, is loan players. We know how Ashley operates. We know what the budget will be. It'll be next to nothing, because if what we are reading is true, Ashley is still trying to sell the football club. So all in all, for me, very disappointing transfer window. But what's new? What is new? Did we expect a good window? Did we shite? But Willock's over the line, and 25 million on one player by Ashley's standards is like 150 million pound to a bigger club, because he spends nothing. So we've got to be grateful for that, I guess. But Lejeune going out, you've got to trust the coaches know better than us. But for me, Lejeune on his day in previous years has been one of our best defenders. Solid, good on the ball, did well in Spain, but he's out, and I don't think we should have got rid of him. If we did, we should have replaced him. We haven't. And there was the lad from Celtic we were supposed to be getting, and he's fucked off to Brentford instead. So that's transfers. Hopefully some loan players might come in to bulk the squad out a little bit, but what's new there? It's just a case of us staying up again this season, I believe, and being better than 3 teams. West Ham on Sunday. It's a funny one, first game of the season, because there's no form. So we can't sit here and say we look good in this, we look good in that. I'm not going to look into pre-season games too much, although, having said that, to play a Premier League team like Norwich in a pre-season game is a little bit unheard of, and the fact we turned them over quite convincingly in the end was positive. So I was happy with that. Wilson's firing, he's fit. Maximin looks pretty fit. He's played a couple of cameos in the pre-season games. So I am confident that we'll win on Sunday. West Ham last season massively overachieved. They were the overachiever of every year. We always have an overachiever in the Premier League. It was us under Pardew when we finished 5th. There's always one team that just takes you by surprise. They've lost Lingard, who, let's face it, when he came in as a loan signing, he was fantastic for them. So that's a huge loss for them going into this game. They need that attacking threat somewhere from the middle. They haven't actually signed, and I double-checked this because I've been so busy in America, I wasn't sure. They haven't really signed anyone. They've brought in the centre-back from, I'm forgetting his name, the centre-back from Watford, quite old one. He used to play for West Brom. They've brought in a random goalkeeper, and then they've got players coming back from loan, so like Philippe Anderson, who looked good at the start. So I'm very surprised that Sullivan and Gold haven't spent any money to push on with the season that they've had, with getting European football again. I'm gobsmacked, but that only bodes well for us going into Sunday. No form at all, so it's a free punt. I'm not somebody who worries if we lose the first game of the season. I don't think anyone does. I know Arsenal got beat tonight by Brentford. It doesn't concern me hugely. It's more the performance you're looking for. Does there look some potential there? Does Wilson look like he's firing? Does the formation look okay? It's a good chance for us Newcastle fans to get a feel for what Bruce is thinking going into the new season. Because I'm still not a Bruce fan. I know it's starting to split opinion now because we finished the season okay. He's probably getting a few more people on board. I still think it's massively Graham Jones, the effect, especially after what Wilson said this summer about his effect on attacking. So I'm still not convinced on our manager, but I'm not going to get on the hate brigade before the season's even started. That's not what I'm going to do. I would like to hope we go all-out attack on Saturday. Why not? Sunday morning. Sunday morning for me. It's a 9 o'clock start here in Ocean City for me to watch that. So I've got to find a bar that's open early enough. If there's any Newcastle fans watching this video from Ocean City, let me know. Although very, very, very fucking doubtful. But it'd be nice to get surprised in the comments. I'd like to hope we get a win on Sunday. Why not? We've had much harder starts to the season. We've had Arsenal in previous years. We've had Tottenham a couple of times. We've had Chelsea. West Ham's a winnable game on paper. They've probably got a better squad than us. Of course they do. But we've got Callum Wilson. He's raring to go. We've got St. Maximin, who terrorises defenders. I remember when we played West Ham, was it last season or season before, when we won 3-2 at their place? He terrorised them. He's got a habit of doing it. Any defender in the world doesn't want to play against Maximin. That's not me being biased. That's just fact. You could ask Sergio Ramos what he thinks after a game against Maximin. He'd tell you, Jesus Christ, that guy ran me ragged. He's just a fantastic footballer with the ball at his feet. So as long as he's on form, obviously Joe Willock's not going to come in. Who you play in that central midfield? Well, that's up for debate. You've got to assume Shelvey's going to start because Shelvey starts under Steve Bruce. I'm not a big fan of his all the time. I think he's one of them ones. He's one of Bruce's favourites. Wing backs, Jacob Murphy. If he starts the season how he finished it, yes, he's got to work on his defensive game, but he offered us a threat going forward. I don't care what anyone says. He was dangerous and he likes a shot. He proved it with his goal against Burnley in that must-win game last season. He scored goals here and there, and he likes to strike. And he's also not a bad crosser of the ball, from what I saw at the back end of the season. You can tell I'm in America when I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts. I'm confident going into this game because it's a free punt. And if I'm proved wrong, then no one's going to say I told you so. Because I don't think there's going to be many Newcastle fans saying we're going to take a battering on Sunday. No form. They've signed nobody, we've signed nobody, so it's like for last season, although they've lost Lingard, who was huge for them. So I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. I'm going to go for... Tell you what, I'm going to put my balls on the line, balls on the table. I'm going to go for 2-0 Newcastle, Wilson to score first. It's great to be back in front of the camera. I'm going to keep these videos going now, as I always do. I've just been so busy with work in the States. I'm hoping to get back to England within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll be back to St James's Park. back on the away days. I'm hoping to get some away day videos done. And can I just say, anyone who's going to the game on Sunday who gets to sit in a 52,000 crowd after the year and a half of football exile, I am jealous as fuck. I'm going to see New York Red Bulls against New York City next Saturday in a derby game. Doesn't compare. I cannot wait to be back on the terraces in St James's Park. So if you are going, you are very lucky. I cannot wait to get that first away day and that first game back at St James's under my belt, regardless of what the football's like. As always, Newcastle fans, like and subscribe to Black and White Banter. I am back now. Back from the dead, if you like. Got my t-shirt on, me Brandon. Let me know what you think going into Sunday's game. Let me know who you'd like to see sign between now and the window, what your score predictions are, and just keep sharing my videos and keep giving us the support. I'm going to hope to push on this season and make Black and White Banter bigger and better. Thanks for watching, and here's to 3 points on Sunday.